I don't know if I should say the Middle East tensions.
It's quite funny anyway, but let me say good morning to the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and then Ashanti Regional Minister. I greet Zuba, Kumasi Mayor, and a special greetings to Nana Kwesi Denchi. I learned yesterday he donated some industrial machines to people who lost their sewing machines and others at the Amoko market some weeks ago. Yeah. And thank you very much. You are projecting the NDC. You have the constituency as heart. And so all forces should be joined with you so that you can do more. I want to greet one special lady, Stacy. Yeah. I'm sure she's listening. Good morning, Stacy. Hope all is well. Yes, the MPP, I think, will now have no issues to talk about again. Yeah, with the issues that you have just raised, that tensions are down, fuel prices have also dipped, and so on and so forth. So it is up for them to go and find.
No, it hasn't reflected as a local policy,
but like it will certainly come. You see, when the changes come, they don't take effect immediately. It takes a little while before you can feel it. And I'm wondering where my MPP people are going to get any message from to tell their listeners or even those who support them. Because when we were talking about this US-Iran-Israeli war, they were saying because when they were in opposition, we talked about Russia-Ukraine war, chastised them that they were using it just too much. And so they are going to give us a double dose of what we gave them. But reality has dawned on them. I have always said that politics is something that we must be very careful when we are in it, because whatever you say today will be used against you tomorrow. And so we should be circumspect in some of the things that we say or some of the falsehoods that we churn out to the public. Yeah, and the VIP people trying to increase lorry fares, I think it's been long overdue. I must be honest. Last week or so, when the president was in the eastern region, that Kwao business stuff, he spoke about it. He tapped them on their parts and told them that they had even done well. So it's long overdue. But I am also thinking that they should hasten slowly. So now that we are hearing of good news from the war front, I think they should take their time, because if they increase it and the fuel comes down, I'm not sure they will bring it down again. You know what happens here in Ghana. When things go up,
they stay there.
You see, so they should hasten slowly. We will all apologize to them that they should take their time, and let's see about a week or two. If things don't change, then they have every opportunity to do the increases that they want to do. But for now that we are hearing good news from the war-torn area, I think that they should take time and be a little bit considerate more than they have even done. Yeah.
Now you know that the minority prior to this, they've been asking for the scrapping of the 1 cedi fuel levy, because they believe that in the event that the strait is not open anytime soon, scrapping the 1 cedi task of fuel prices was going to relieve consumers. It was going to make things a little bit easier for them, so that when prices spike, at least there will be some room for the consumers to be a little bit comfortable. Now, the ease of the tensions in the Middle East is not permanent as of now. Now, Iran and the US have agreed to sort of go to the negotiation table once again and see if they can work something out so that the war can permanently cease. In the event that they say that, this person is not agreeing. We cannot seem to settle this dispute. Will your government be willing to scrap the 1 cedi?
I don't want to sound pessimistic. You know, the fact is that before the MPP even spoke about the 1 cedi that we should scrap, the president had, hinted that there were so many things that he was going to do to mitigate the suffering of Ghanaian or the average Ghanaian. And he was considering the taxes and levies that are imposed on these petroleum products. These were some of the things that we were going to do. For the 1 cedi, I don't think it will be needful to scrap it. Why? Because it is serving a purpose. Remember, we talk about the energy, the legacy debt, okay? It's something that if we joke with it, the whole country will be plunged into that doomsday we experienced some time ago. And I'm sure Ghanaians do not want it. So I would wish that the 1 cedi will be there to take care of the energy sector debt while we look at the other taxes and levies which can also be scrapped, so that it brings some relief, some bit of comfort to the people. But for the 1 cedi, no, I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything about it from government that this is what we are going to do. But the MPP should take time. They should know that we are in government. They will have their say, and we will have our way. We will give the people the best of governance, and so they should not be in a hurry. Yeah.
You'll have their say and you will have your way.
Yeah, that's it. It has always been so. Has it not been so all this while?
So they just have their say.
Oh, they will say it. But you see, do you think that what they are telling the government to do will inure to the benefit of the ordinary Ghanaian? That is what you should understand, right? We the 1 cedi that we brought was not brought for nothing, but for a specific purpose, as I have already, alluded to.
Now the argument is that the energy sector debt, a large part of that has been cleared as of now.
Is that the argument?
And so now that you are still keeping the 1 cedi full levy tax, you are just burdening the people, especially since tensions were up in the Middle East.
That's why I'm saying that there are other levies, other taxes that could be
just not the 1 cedi.
But for this 1 cedi, I wish it is maintained. Even if we are not in power, it should be there so that it can cater for all the energy issues. And then we will get our constant supply of power. As you sit in your studio, you need power, isn't it?
I do.
So if the 1 cedi will do that magic for all of us, why the rush to scrap it? They are not saying we should scrap it with a good faith. You get it here. They want it scrapped so that doomsday will come back, and then they will tell us, didn't we tell you whenever the NDC is in power, doomsday rears its ugly head? That is what they are trying to do. But we are smarter than them. We will do what is right. We will not kowtow to their whims and caprices.
But I believe the intent is to, not burden the people of Ghana more, so that as the prices are hiking.
Why are they not saying that all taxes and levies be scrapped? No tax, no levy on any petroleum product.
The country runs on taxes.
No. It's
fuel that has been
I don't know why they have their eyes fixed on this 1 cedi that is solving the problem, the age-long problem of the energy sector. I don't know why. I don't know what they want. Today they say this, the next day is another thing. What do they want? Just 1.5 years in opposition, it looks as if they are burning up. What is this? They want to come to power. They want to please the ordinary Ghanaian that they are better managers of the economy. Meanwhile, you were in office a couple of months ago. You see, when they went to the cocoa farms and it didn't work for them, these are some of the issues that they have resorted to. But I don't think it will do us any good as a nation. But for us in government, we are doing whatever it takes to give the people the best of things that we have. But remember, even with the crisis, the fuel prices haven't gone up astronomically, has it? people are not
But it's significant.
bearing the. Oh, but it wasn't as their time. We are managing. It's unfortunate they are not here today to talk about some of the issues. Yeah, but the fact is that during their time, things were very bad.
But we had COVID-19, which was a global crisis to most developing countries. They also had the Russia-Ukraine war. So if you take COVID and you add that to the Russia-Ukraine war, which is still ongoing as we speak.
I said this somewhere yesterday that COVID-19 was a blessing in disguise. It gave this country a lot of money. World Bank, other people, also contributing a whole lot. It gave us a lot of money, which we could have used to do, or they could have used to do things that would mitigate the suffering of the ordinary Ghanaian. But they decided to use the money anyhow. And then Ghanaians continued in abject poverty until Ghanaians realized that no, enough is enough. Let us say goodbye to these nation wreckers. And then they left office. And 1.5 years we are in office, they are still throwing dust into the eyes of the ordinary Ghanaian. Well, I'm not sure people will just listen to them the way they think they will be listened to. No, they still remember the hardships that they suffered in their hands or at their hands when they were in office. And so people have not long forgotten. It's still fresh on their minds. That is why they sit somewhere and even chastise you, journalists, that you are not doing their bidding for them as you did for us. What did you do for us? You told them the naked truth. You told them the underperformance that they ushered all of us into. So what is it? What is it?
Now, don't you think that the NDC is being overly dismissive of the opposition, which is currently
we
in
are
power?
not.
Because when you say things like they have their say, we have their way, but then just with the Ukraine-US-Israel war, which is very recent, and we are seeing some tensions ease now. Even with the small time that we had that global crisis, we've seen the effect that can potentially have on our economy. We've seen the fuel prices rise at the pumps. Experts were projecting that if the strait is not opened, if US and Iran does not manage to resolve whatever issues that they are having, globally, there's going to be some oil crisis, which means had the prices of oil not dipped today, and we can't even say for sure that that is going to continue in the previous weeks, it means oil prices, fuel prices would have continued to go up. Already, we've also seen that sachet water prices were threatening to increase and all of that. So my question is, are you not being too dismissive? Because in the event that this war continues, all of these things that they complained about when they were in government, you might find yourself in that same position.
You see, we acknowledged the impact of COVID-19, Russia-Ukraine war. We acknowledged the impact. We didn't sweep it under the carpet, but they were blowing it out of proportion. That was what we spoke about. How could somebody say at the time that he or she was suffering from headache, and then he or she was looked in the face and told to keep quiet because of COVID-19, Russian-Ukraine war? You see, there were issues that we thought were needlessly, projected during the time. Now we are having the same issue at hand, isn't it? But the president is working. Remember last week, he called his cabinet, discussed the way forward as to how they will reduce levies, taxes, so that Ghanaians will not feel the impact as it could have been. You understand what I'm saying here? That is the difference between the MPP and the NDC. We are working. We tell people what we are doing, and the people feel what we are doing. It isn't like their case. They were just talking, and they were not working. That was what we spoke about. Whoever says that Wales geopolitics has nothing to do with other countries. Nobody has said that. But if you over elaborate on such things, that is when we, during our time when we were in opposition, we spoke against that. Fine, we acknowledge the effects, but then there should be some fixing. So fix it and stop lamenting. We are not lamenting, are we? We are doing what we have to do to free our people from a seemingly unwanted pressures that would have, been visited upon them. That is what we are doing, and that was what we were telling the MPP to do at their time. And we are not being dismissive. No, if you talk about issues and you give constructive criticisms, who will throw it away? Nobody is above, advice. So when they say it and it is good, we will take it. But if we see that they are doing a lot of politics with it, that is when we will come in. Like the energy, sector debt that bedeviled this country, and how the NDC marshaled its way around it to get a 1 cedi from the people of Ghana to, offset it, and how it has, impacted very well on the energy sector. Then you say somewhere, you say we should scrap it. Meanwhile, Ghanaians are feeling it. They are enjoying, they are not complaining. The 1 cedi that they paid, they have seen that we have used it for the things that we said we were going to use the 1 cedi for. So why do you want to scrap it? We are not there yet. If we get to the bridge, definitely we will cross it.
Okay. Now, just last week, a few days before we went for the Easter break, we also heard from the water people that because of increased cost of production, because they are not getting some raw materials, that's their imports from the streets, which is polymers which they use in the production of the rubber that contains the water that we drink in this country. Because of that, they plan on increasing water prices, and I think barely 48 hours after that, we also heard from the Honorable Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu-Ejari, and then she said that there will be no increment in prices, but rather, I think today is Wednesday. Today, the ministry is going to meet with the association to see how they can also help to cushion that, so that people wouldn't have to bear the burden of increased water prices. But do you think that that's sustainable? Because in Ghana, I think that when an organization, especially people who are selling directly to the consumers, when they announce to increase prices and the government says that, oh, we are doing negotiations, in the end, the prices still end up being increased. Because now the minister made the announcement, I think on Friday, either on Friday or on Saturday, that there will be no increment in prices. But on Monday, when I was at a salon, people were buying water at increased prices. Because, once the announcement goes out that we are planning to, people take the step to implement it for you. Implement what you plan on doing for you. So I don't know how sustainable is this talk with the minister.
You see, water is life. Without water, we can do nothing in our lives. And so when they talk about water is raised, it's of prime concern to me, and I'm sure to you and every one of us. I heard this, that they were planning to increase even that sachet from 10 to 15 Ghana cedis. And the minister implored that they should hasten slowly, because she was going to look at alternatives. You see, they talk about polymer, the scarcity that is seen in polymer. And so these were the things that were happening that is, fast-tracking the increases that we nearly saw. In fact, I was on a set with somebody yesterday, and the host alluded to this fact that there was a near fracas between two people on the issue of the increment that we are talking about. But once the minister steps in and says that, please, let us jojo, I think that is the best way to go. Sometimes Ghanaians are so quick in increasing, prices of, goods and commodities. goods and services, but they are not quick in bringing it down. We have even talked about it right now. If the minister says we are looking at other alternatives, it means that we are looking at what we can get within our locality, which will help the cost of production come down. So why the haste? You understand what I'm saying here? And in fact, the way we want to treat issue of water, we have to be very careful, because water is some commodity which is very vital, that if care is not taken and we compromise on even the quality that we get, diseases, waterborne diseases that come with it, we cannot, contain it. So we should be very careful. We are pleading with the producers and other stakeholders who are in the sachet water and other related industry to bear with government, sit down, Jojo. Even if you will increase it, it will not be that astronomical, which will,
No, I think any increment in water prices now will be very significant to the person buying. Because even if you say you are doing it 20 pesos, now we are buying water at 50 pesos per sachet. So if we are buying 70 pesos, and we know that the one that we are buying at 50 pesos now, it was actually supposed to sell for 30 pesos. It was just a rounding up, because these sellers, they claimed that they could not get change. So now we started buying at 50 pesos. So yesterday I was even telling Alfa that if they are even saying 70 pesos, in my head, I'm just pegging it at 1 cedi.
You see, the build up, the cost build up of all these things now have so many things, coming into play. That is why the minister said they should sit, so that they don't do things which will not help the system. We all acknowledge that times, the fuel prices have shown up. We acknowledge they don't get some of the things that they should get in the production of water. But then you don't run with it, because it's an essential commodity. You have to be very careful when doing the pricing. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. So even if it is, you talked about water that was to be sold around 30 pesos, right? But because they said they were not getting change, they made it round 50. No,
and let's not forget,
it benefited them.
These days, the Bank of Ghana has also even been warning that these traders, they keep on refusing smaller denominations and coins. So I really think if there's an increment, even by 20 pesos, they are going to round the figure up, so that you'd have to buy.
So some 60 pesos, 10 cedis. It cannot be 20 cedis. One sachet water.
I'm saying
at 70. 1 cedi. Oh no, how?
It's not possible.
No. It cannot be. No. This is throat cutting price. 1 cedi. Then who will come and buy water? Then we will just get to the ordinary sources and get sick and die, so that there will be no person in this country.
Which is exactly the point, that any increment in water,
so that there will be no person in this country to buy anything for anyone.
Which is the point.
That is why we have to.
Affect
that
the
is
people.
why we have to be, a bit. I'm choosing my words advisedly. A bit reasonable in some, of the way that we price commodities in this country. You see, whether it is the NDC in office, whether it is the MPP in office, it is the Ghanaians who are going to bear, the bullet. So why do you rush in doing that? Because they are your consumers. They are the very people that you serve every day to also make a living. So if you tighten them so much so that they are not able to purchase the products that you produce, what do you get from that? That is why we should hasten slowly. You get me? Yeah.
Okay. And so now quickly let's move on to our next topic in line, which is the Damai man.
I'm sure you are happy hearing that. Yes.
Why do you think I'm happy?
Oh, the way you smile saying it
I'm
means
always,
you
I'm
are
always smiling, Mr.
Oh.
Bachi.
But this smile, it's of a difference. Yeah.
I'm always smiling.
Oh, I know you smile a lot, but this one is different from everyday smile that I know.
And so we have heard that the government of Ghana has awarded the Damai mine to the Engineers and Planners Limited, which belongs to the brother of the president.
Who has the capacity?
Okay, who has the capacity? Now, when you hear that I have employed my sister in any position, or if I hear that you've employed your relative, your cousin, your nephew, the first thing that comes to the minds of people is conflict of interest.
Yeah.
You understand?
Conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah.
And so don't you think that there's a little bit of a conflict of interest in awarding this?
I have always told the lie of the veteran journalist, Kwesi Pratt Jr. He has always said that if people from one family have the capable hands to do something and do it right, why can't they do it? Why can't they do it? They can do it. You understand? This man went into mining business not during his brother's tenure as president. He's been doing it for quite a long time. And it is believed overwhelmingly that he has the capacity. And we talk about local content in this country every day. We want our people to be employed. We want the corporate bodies to give back to society and so on and so forth. Just last 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, when the Black Stars needed money, it took him giving them $5 million US. It's not a joke. You understand? So he went through competitive bidding. It was not like he just went in there and they gave it to him because he's the president's brother. Those people who sat around the table and diagnosed the documentations and other things, the president was not there. He wasn't part of it.
But everybody knows a relationship.
The man is his brother. Like it or not, he is his brother. And his brother is a self-made person. Before his brother became president, this man was doing well in business. You understand? And so if he has the capacity to take over the what do we call it, the mines for continuity, what is the problem? Is he not going to employ Ghanaians? He's going to employ Ghanaians. At the end of the day, there is not going to be any repatriation. Every money that comes as a result of this mining will stay in this country, and it will benefit you and I and everybody in this country. So where is the conflict of interest here? The president's brother, yes, he can do the job better than others. Do we risk giving it to people who cannot do it? No. When these people were exiting, I think it was last year when 2023, when the exit issues came up, right? Many were those who were crying that they were going to stay home. Do you know the number of people that this man, through his engagement, has given hope? People were going to be sacked. And then he says, okay, I'll step in, I'll do it, I have the capacity. He goes in there, he mobilizes resources, and then come back to do the work properly for all of us. What's the problem? Where comes in the conflict of interest? I think there was a threshold. How much was it? The money there? $500 million US, right?
They're straightforward.
But he brought in $505 million US. The question is, was he able to get it? Yes, he was able to raise it. They talk about discipline, they talk about technical aspects and so on, machines and so on and so forth. He has everything. So if he's got the wherewithal to do mining at Damai, to bring back life and hope to people who would have somewhere along the line lost their jobs, what is the hue and cry about this? So I don't see any conflict of interest. It is his capacity, yeah.
Mr. Wachi, so you firmly believe that of all the 4 companies that submitted a bid for this mine, if there was one that was overly capable than the president's brother, that person would have
that person would have been given. You see, we are taking into interest, the national interest first. You get it? If the president's brother hadn't gotten the capacity to do the job, I am not sure he would have been given the contract or the lease. No, he wouldn't have been given. Let us tell the gospel truth. Of all the 4 companies that bid for that lease, it was him who was over and above all of them. And all those who competed with him will tell you that, yes, he was over and above us. So he was given, and it was not as a result of any conflict of interest or any biases. It's about capacity. If you don't have the capacity, you don't go there and, joke with people's, life. You get it here?
Now, we all know that, there's a national cake. And it is often said that the people closer to the cake eat the most. Right.
But when the crumbs fall, those who are not closer to it also, enjoy some.
Exactly. So now, for the people who are competing for the crumbs, let's say you are waiting beneath where the cake is being served for the crumbs to fall.
Yeah.
But beneath the table, the president's nephew is under it with you, or the president's brother is underneath with you.
Once they fall.
So I'm saying, the question I want to ask you is that when you have anything that you say that you've opened it up for competitive bidding, but then you have people who have closer ties to the government of the day. Does it not, in a way, inhibit the chances of other people getting selected?
No. Why should it be? Listen, they wanted a certain amount of money, right? Let's put it at $500 million. You don't have it. The president's brother has it. Does it qualify you to take it, or the president's brother qualifies to take it?
The president's brother.
Yeah, we are talking about capacity. We're talking about machinery. We're talking about technical expertise and all that. If he has those things and you don't have it, must we hide behind conflict of interest and say we are not giving it to him because if we give it out, people will say that it is conflict of interest at the expense of the ordinary Ghanaian, at the expense of this country? No, we shouldn't be doing that. When President Kufuor was president of this republic, his brother was the defense minister. Was it conflict of interest? He had the capacity to do it. Even in the immediate past government that we all witnessed, we saw cousins, siblings, and so on and so forth, all working. If they had worked and worked to the satisfaction of all, we wouldn't have complained. Let us give this man a chance. If he messes up, then people can talk about it. But right now, he has not even started. And you think that there is some conflict of interest somewhere. Where is it?
In awarding the lease.
It isn't so. But we know that the naysayers will continue to tell people, they will throw dust. But when the man starts working and it starts inuring to the benefit of this country, then people will sit back and say, oh, if we had not given it out to the president brother, we would have committed a serious blunder. Yeah, I tell you.
Okay. Now, let's briefly touch on this because it's a major headline in majority of the newspapers that were released today, that were published today in Ghana, is that the minority is calling President Mahama's stance on LGBTQ a hypocrite. They are saying he's a hypocrite in the way that he's handling the issues now. Because when you were in opposition, you made it an issue of priority. Now you are in government, and then you are saying that when it comes to the anti-LGBTQ plus bill, it is not really a priority to the development of Ghana as it stands now. So the minority is saying that the president is being hypocritical in his stance when it comes to this very issue that we are talking about.
Why is the hypocrisy in this?
As I said, when you were in opposition, you made the issue a top priority.
It wasn't a priority.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it wasn't.
People protested.
Listen, they made it. They made it so because a bill was being transferred to the president then, Nana Akufo-Addo. Instead of signing it or assenting it into law, he said that 2 people were in court because of that issue. So he was not going to, they shouldn't even transmit it to him, let alone sign it. Okay? And that was, the heat of the time because we were in an election year. And so it became topical out of the blue. And all of us spoke about it.
Was it out of the blue?
I'm saying, listen. You got to, take my words very well. I'm saying that, you see, there's difference between what happened then and what is happening now.
Which is?
The difference is that this bill is in Parliament, isn't it? Have they finished discussing? Have they passed it? Have they transmitted it to the president? And
but
the president
you have said this morning that the minority will have a say, but the majority is going to have its way. So if it was a matter of priority,
this is a popular maxim that is heard in every democracy, that the minority will have their say, but the majority will also always have their way. You get it here. You
now
talk about it
with that same principle.
Let me make it categorically clear here that if they finish every work on the bill and they transmit it to President Mahama to sign, he will sign it. Already, he is paying dearly for not favoring this bill. Remember the university in USM, Lincoln University, refused him an honorary doctorate degree because of his stance on LGBTQ. You remember, he's already paying dearly for that. So what is hypocritical about this man? He has made his stance clear. So when the MPP is on the neck of the president to do something because he spoke against it while he is in opposition, he will tell you that this is not a pressing need. It is not a pressing need. We are talking about fuel prices. People are crying for better roads, better health care, and other things, which we have to look at.
Now, the same arguments that you are making, the NPP government made similar, very similar.
They didn't say so. Trust me. Did you ever hear any of them saying that it wasn't a pressing need? They didn't say that. They actually made the people to understand that they were not going to sign. You see, that angered the good people of Ghana. They said it. Oh, something is transmitted to you.
And they said it was in court.
And you say it was in court. Who told him it was in court?
Just like you are saying that Parliament is still deliberating on the issue.
Yeah.
So, there are procedures.
So if they know that Parliament is still working on the bill, we haven't finished.
The point is,
listen,
since you made it a very relevant topic when you were in opposition, apply the same urgency.
Let me tell
when
you,
you were in government.
I have always quoted Ama Ata Edu's words. The day of planning is different from the day of battle. You understand? If you face your enemies and they give you surprise and attack, that is when you realize that you are in a real world of war. And so you have to either retreat or re-strategize. You understand what I'm saying here? It's like some payback time. It's like, let us do them because they did us. You understand what I'm saying? So even if it is not time for a bill to be assented to, quickly they force it on the throat of the president. How is it done like that?
You know, this whole conversation reopened after the president's dialogue with the civil society organization.
Yeah.
And then he made those statements.
Yeah.
And so I think every other criticism that has come is as a result of what he said during that engagement. So it's not like they are deliberately looking for an issue where there is no issue.
Listen to me. This LGBTQ plus issue have come back and forth. You understand what I'm saying here?
I do.
Yeah. Since we took office, they have disturbed us with this issue. And I'm sure that, culminated in the president saying that it wasn't a pressing need. The president knows that it is something that we should kick against, we should work against. And he already has paid dearly for it. And you still somewhere and you talk about hypocrisy. Where is the hypocrisy? Has the president endorsed any LGBTQ plus activities in this country?
He hasn't.
He hasn't. So what is it? Just to score a cheap political point. But it's not working for them. Yeah, it's not working for them.
Don't you think people they just want to hold you up by the words that you used when you were in opposition?
That, I don't have problem with people, taking us on by our words when we're in opposition. But I have said that the day of planning is different from the day of battle. If you are planning something, you plan it to, or it's tailor-made to, either cure or strengthen something. But if you get in there, you get the real deal, and you see that what you planned is not working, you re-strategize. That is what we are doing. So we will get it done. Ghanaians should give us the latitude of time. We are correcting a whole lot of things which these MPP people said that they weren't good. And so if we amend some of the things and we come out with a very good document, everybody will like it. And so the president, if it is given to him, he will sign. So let us just finish working on it and then transmit it to him, and he will do the needful.
Now, 57 after 9, I've been speaking to the Deputy Communication Officer for the NDC in the Subin constituency, Mr. Collins Boache. Mr. Boache, I think we have to be calling it wraps on the show this morning, and so please do wrap up your last comments before we leave this morning.
What I'm saying is that there is a government in office, a government that has been given the mandate to rule this country. We gave the good people of this country our blueprint by way of our manifesto, which in other words, we say the social contract that we have for them. We promised that by the end of the term of John Dramani Mahama, if we haven't even done about 95%, at least 80% of the things that we said would be done. So they should have patience with the president. Let me quickly go back and what do you call it? How do I commend Nana Kwesi Denchi for the industrial machines that he sent to the good people of the Amoko market. Nana, thank you very much. We, as Oliver Twist, we can only ask for some more. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Mr. Collins Boache. We appreciate it. My name is Janice Opoku-Ajimai. This morning, I was joined in studio by Mr. Kofi Asari Abrokwa, who is the zonal head of the Kumasi National Pensions Regulatory Authority, as well as Mr. Gideon Osei Puku, who is the Assistant Manager of Standards and Compliance at the Kumasi National Pensions Regulatory Authority, and we spoke about the importance of pensions. And later, I was joined by Mr. Collins Boache, who just left the studio. I was also here with Mark Waja. My name is Janice Opoku-Ajimai. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you same time tomorrow, God willing. Have a nice morning.
Verdad.